Today's psalm is Psalm 79. O God, the nations have come into your inheritance. Your holy temple they have defiled. They have laid Jerusalem in heaps. The dead bodies of your servants they have given as food for the birds of the heavens, the flesh of your saints to the beasts of the earth. Their blood they have shed like water all around Jerusalem, and there was no one to bury them. We have become a reproach to our neighbours, a scorn, a derision to those who are around us. How long, Lord, will you be angry forever? Will your jealousy burn like fire? Pour out your wrath on the nations that do not know you, and on the kingdoms that do not call on your name. For they have devoured Jacob and laid waste his dwelling place. Oh, do not remember former iniquities against us. Let your tender mercies come speedily to meet us, for we have been brought up very low. Help us, O God of our salvation, for the glory of your name, and deliver us and provide atonement for our sins, for thy name's sake. Why should the nations say, where is their God? Let there be known among the nations in our sight the avenging of the blood of your servants which has been shed. Let the groaning of the prisoner come before you, according to the greatness of your power. Preserve those who have appointed to die, and return to our neighbours sevenfold into their bosom their reproach with which they have reproached you, O Lord. So we, your people and sheep of your pasture, will give you thanks forever. We will show forth your praise to all generations. I've written a few thoughts on this. It's not the best psalm, really, is it? It comes out of catastrophe. Most likely it is shaped by the destruction of Jerusalem. The temple was desecrated, the city was overrun, the people humiliated and scattered. This is not abstract suffering. It is political, it's public, and it's painfully visible. Everything that had seemed secure, faith, identity, and place, has been shaken. And from that place, the prayer begins, not with calm reflection, but with outrage and grief. Oh God, the nations have come into your inheritance. The horror is not only what has been done to the people, but what's been done in God's own name and in God's own space. This is a crisis that is both human and theological at the same time. This is what gives the psalm its edge. The question, how long? It's not just about endurance, it's about meaning. How long can this go before something gives, before justice matters, before God acts? This isn't a question that belongs only in the past. It surfaces whenever violence becomes normal, whenever suffering is explained away, wherever ordinary people carry the cost of decisions that they did not make. It's the language of collective trauma, the kind that sits in communities and in individuals. What's striking about this psalm is perhaps that it doesn't pretend innocence. It says, do not hold against us the sins of former generations. There's awareness of failure, of history, of things that have gone wrong over time. And yet that honesty does not lead to silence. Instead, it's embedded and embraced in part of the plea for mercy, for help, for things to be different. The argument the psalm makes is a bold act. God, for the sake of your name, act. please. If this is what the world looks like, what does it say about you, God? It's not polite prayer. It's a faith willing to push back hard, to speak from within the mess rather than stepping outside the mess. In this Mothers Union year, with its invitation to join us, join in, there is something here worth noticing. Not as a call to easy reassurance, but as a call to shared faithfulness in difficult times. To join in is not simply to be active, but it's to stand alongside each other in a troubled world, to pray truthfully and to refuse the temptation to look away. There's an anger in this psalm and a desire for justice that feels maybe uncomfortable at times. But perhaps that too is part of its honesty. It doesn't sanitize grief or tidy up pain. It gives it a voice. And still, it ends with promise. Then we, your people, will give thanks to you forever. Not because everything's been resolved, but because of the hope that we are chosen in the midst of uncertainty. Not optimism, but defiance. Not an easy faith, but a shared refusal to let darkness have the last word. And so, in this spirit, the psalm refuses to end in despair. It reaches for an older, for a steadier truth. We are your people, the sheep of your pasture. In a world that feels uncertain, that is not the claim of everything being fixed, but it is the claim of belonging, that we're not abandoned to chaos, that we're known, we're held, we're tended, even in the midst of it. And perhaps this is where hope begins, not in quick answers, but in the stubborn decision to keep trusting, to keep praying, to keep going. Like those who work the land, who know that even after the hardest seasons, you still prepare, you still sow, you still look for what might yet grow. And for the Mothers Union at 150 years, for another 150 years of constant belonging, joining in, and joining up. Thank you.